You're sitting in your living room, the house is quiet, and the kids are finally asleep upstairs. Across from you sits the woman who just shattered your entire world. She's been caught. You've seen the messages, you've heard the lies, and you've felt the coldness in her touch for months. But now that the truth is out and she realizes her comfortable lifestyle is at risk, she pulls out the ultimate weapon. She looks you in the eye with tears running down her face and says, "We have to stay together for the kids. You don't want to break up the family, do you? Think about what this will do to them." Suddenly, you feel like you're the one on trial. You feel a massive weight of guilt pressing down on your chest. You're torn between your burning need for self-respect and the deep love you have for your children. You start thinking, maybe I can just swallow the pain. Maybe I can live as a ghost in my own home just so they can have a normal life. But I'm here to tell you that you are being manipulated by a woman who is using your love for your children as a shield to protect herself from the consequences of her own betrayal. Today, we are going to dive into the trap of staying for the kids and why raising your children in a house full of resentment, lies, and a broken father is actually the worst thing you could ever do for them. If you don't wake up now, you won't just lose your marriage, you'll lose your soul, and your kids will grow up thinking that being a doormat is what a man is supposed to be. The most toxic thing you can teach your children is that a man should stay in a place where he is disrespected, just so they can live in a house that looks perfect on the outside but is rotting on the inside. Men, this channel is now a brotherhood. I set a goal to unite 3,000 real men before this month ends. If you're rocking with the truth and you want more men to wake up, hit subscribe, like this video, and turn on your notification. Make your support and voice count in the comment section. Let's get one thing straight. She wasn't thinking about the kids when she was texting that other man. She wasn't thinking about the family unit when she was sneaking around behind your back, laughing at your loyalty. But the second you threaten to take away her security, the second she realizes she might have to move into a smaller place or tell her parents why the marriage ended, suddenly she becomes the mother of the year. She is using those children as human shields. She knows that as a good man, as a provider, your biggest weakness is your heart for your kids. She is banking on the fact that you will sacrifice your mental health, your happiness, and your future just to keep a roof over their heads with her under it. You have to understand the home atmosphere reality. Kids are like little sponges. They don't just listen to what you say, they feel the vibration of the house. If you are staying in a marriage where you can't stand to look at your wife, if there is a cold wall of silence between you, or if you're constantly snapping at each other because the trust is gone, you aren't saving them. You are raising them in a war zone. You are teaching your son that it's okay to be a victim of a woman's choices. You are teaching your daughter that she can treat a man however she wants and he will never leave. You are passing down a legacy of misery, and you're calling it sacrifice. There is a biological cost to this too. When you live in a house with a woman who betrayed you, your body stays in a state of chronic stress. Your brain is constantly producing cortisol, the stress hormone. This ruins your sleep, it makes you age faster, and it actually makes you a worse father. You can't be present for your kids when 90% of your brain is stuck on the fact that the woman sitting across the table was just with another man. You become a shadow of yourself. You're there physically, but your spirit is dead. Your kids deserve a father who is alive, strong, and respected, even if that means they have two different houses. Let's look at a man we'll call Gary. Gary was a guy who did everything by the book. He was a deacon in his church, a high-earning sales rep, and a man who lived for his 3 daughters. When he found out his wife had been having an on-and-off affair with her ex-boyfriend for years, he was devastated. But when he talked about leaving, she screamed and cried about how he was destroying the girls' lives. She told him they would hate him forever if he broke up the family. Gary was the loser in this story because he stayed for the wrong reasons. He spent 10 years living in the guest room. He and his wife didn't speak unless it was about the schedule. Gary stopped going to the gym. He started drinking a little too much every night just to numb the feeling of being a stranger in his own home. He thought he was being a hero for his daughters, But when his oldest daughter got married, she married a man who treated her exactly like her mother treated Gary, with zero respect and constant lies. Why? Because she grew up watching her father accept that behavior as normal. Gary sacrificed his entire prime, his health, and his happiness, only to realize he had trained his children to accept toxic relationships. He ended up old, bitter, and alone anyway once the kids moved out, because he didn't have the courage to stand up for himself when it mattered. You need to realize that a broken home isn't a house with two addresses. A broken home is a house where there is no love, no truth, and no respect. You are the victim of a woman who broke the contract. She is the one who broke the home the moment she brought another person into your bed or your marriage. Don't let her flip the script and make you the villain for reacting to her crime. When a woman says, "stay for the kids," what she's really saying is, "please don't make me deal with the mess I made." She wants the lifestyle you provide. She wants the social status of being a married woman. She wants you to keep paying the bills while she figures out her next move. It is a parasitic request. She is asking you to die a slow death so she can avoid a little bit of public shame. If you stay, you are basically telling her that her betrayal didn't cost her anything. You are giving her a free pass. And guess what happens when someone gets a free pass? They do it again. She will be more careful next time, but the disrespect will stay. You will be a prisoner in a life you paid for. Is that what you want for your children? Do you want them to see a father who has no fire in his eyes? Or do you want them to see a man who says, "I love you more than anything, but I also love myself enough to demand respect"? When you move out and build a new, peaceful life, you show your kids that your value doesn't depend on anyone else. You show them that truth matters. You show them that a man's peace is his most sacred possession. A lot of men fear the custody battle. They fear that she will turn the kids against them. And yes, some women are vindictive enough to do that, but you have to trust the long game. Kids grow up. They see the truth eventually. They will see who was stable, who was honest, and who was actually there for them. If you stay in a toxic house, you are guaranteed to lose. If you leave and rebuild, you have a chance to win. Stop being the victim of her guilt tripping. She is the one who gambled with the children's stability when she stepped outside the marriage. She took the risk. Now she has to pay the price. You are not breaking the family by leaving. You are saving yourself so you can be a better father for the next 20 years. You need to ask yourself, if my son was in my shoes right now, what would I tell him to do? Would you tell your son to stay with a woman who cheated on him and lied to him just to save on rent? Of course not. You'd tell him to get his things and never look back. So why are you giving yourself different advice? You have to be the example you want them to follow. Brothers, we are going deeper into the fire. We've established that staying for the kids is often just a fancy way of saying staying for the lie. Now we have to talk about how you actually rebuild your kingdom. You see, the fear that keeps you trapped is the idea that you are a failure if you don't have a nuclear family under one roof. But a man is not a failure because his wife decided to be unfaithful. A man is only a failure if he allows that woman's choices to stop him from being a leader. When she says, "think of the kids," she is banking on your fear of the unknown. She wants you to imagine them crying in a half-empty bedroom. But what she doesn't want you to imagine is them thriving in a house where their father is happy, focused, and respected. To be a winner in this situation, you have to realize that you are not just a dad, you are a role model. And a role model cannot be a victim. Men, this channel is now a brotherhood. I set a goal to unite 3,000 real men before this month ends. If you're rocking with the truth and you want more men to wake up, hit subscribe, like this video, and turn on your notification. Make your support and voice count in the comment section. Let's look at the path of a man who chose the hard truth over the easy lie. We'll call him Marcus. Marcus was a foreman, a guy who worked with his hands and valued his word. When he found out his wife was cheating with a guy she met online, he felt like he'd been hit by a freight train. Like many of you, he almost stayed. He didn't want his 2 sons to grow up in a divided home. For 6 months, he tried the co-parenting under one roof thing. Marcus was the winner because he realized he was becoming a man he hated. He was snappy with his boys, he was always looking at his wife with disgust, and he felt a knot of anxiety every time he pulled into his driveway. One night, his 7-year-old son asked him, "Daddy, why are you always sad?" That was the wake-up call. Marcus realized that by staying, he was poisoning his son's view of manhood. He moved out. He got a small, clean apartment. He focused on his health and his work. It was hard at first, but Marcus made a vow. When he had the kids, he was 100% present. No phones, no arguing with the ex, no bitterness. He built a fortress of peace for his boys. Within a year, his kids were doing better in school than they were when he lived at home. Why? Because they finally had a father who wasn't a walking ghost. Marcus showed them that a man's self-respect is the foundation of his power. He won because he chose to be a great father instead of a miserable husband. You have to understand the legacy of the victim. If you stay with a woman who cheated on you for the kids, you are teaching your children that love is a transaction, where one person gets to hurt the other, and the good person just has to take it. You are literally programming your children to be victims in their own future relationships. You are setting them up to be cheated on, or to become cheaters themselves, because they never saw what a healthy boundary looks like. Is that the gift you want to give them? A father who is a shell of a man? A man who is always tired, always angry, and always hiding his phone? You need to understand that your masculine energy is what protects those children, and that energy is fueled by your peace of mind. When you stay in a house with a traitor, your energy is being drained by a leaking vessel. You are trying to fill a bucket that has a hole in the bottom. By leaving, you plug the hole. You reclaim your strength. You become the mountain your children can lean on rather than the quicksand they are currently drowning in. Why do you think she wants to stay for the kids? It's because it's the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card. It stops you from talking about the affair. It makes you feel like the bad guy if you bring up her betrayal. It's a move designed to silence you. But a man who is silenced in his own home is a man who is losing his soul, and a man without a soul cannot lead his children to greatness. You are the victim of a woman who chose her own pleasure over the stability of her family. Never forget that. She made the choice to put the children's home at risk. You are just the one dealing with the wreckage. Don't let her shift the blame onto you. The transition will be hard. There will be nights where the silence in your new place feels heavy. There will be times when you miss the routine. But that isn't love, that's just habit. You have to break the habit to build the future. You have to realize that you are teaching your children one of the most important lessons in life: how to survive a storm with your dignity intact. When you are a part-time dad who is full-time happy, you are worth more to your kids than a full-time dad who is part-time dead inside. Your quality of time is what matters, not the quantity of hours spent under a roof full of lies. Men, this channel is now a brotherhood. I set a goal to unite 3,000 real men before this month ends. If you're rocking with the truth and you want more men to wake up, hit subscribe, like this video, and turn on your notification. Make your support and voice count in the comment section. You have to stop being afraid of the split. The split has already happened. It happened the second she decided to let another man into her life. The only thing left to do is make the physical reality match the emotional one. Reclaiming your power means realizing that you are a prize. You are a man who can build a life anywhere. You are a man who can provide for his children regardless of who he is married to. Your value as a father is not tied to your status as a husband. The flashbacks and the pain will start to fade the moment you stop living in the crime scene. By leaving, you are telling your brain, the war is over. We are starting the reconstruction. You are giving your nervous system permission to relax. And when you are relaxed, you are a better father. You are more patient. You are more fun. You are the man your kids deserve. Don't let her use your children as a bargaining chip. Your children don't need a perfect house. They need a strong father. And a strong father doesn't stay where he is hated. He doesn't stay where he is lied to. He doesn't stay where he has to check the phone every time she goes to the grocery store. You have a choice to make today. You can be the man who stays and rots, or the man who leaves and grows. One choice leads to a lifetime of what ifs, and the other leads to a lifetime of thank God I did. So, here is the smart question for the brotherhood today. If your child came to you 20 years from now and told you their partner had cheated and was making them feel miserable every day, would you tell them to stay for the kids, or would you tell them they deserve a life of peace and respect? Think about that answer deeply, because whatever you would tell them is exactly what you need to do for yourself right now. I want to see your answers in the comments. Are you staying right now? Are you planning your exit? Let's talk about the reality of family sacrifice. Your story could be the one thing that helps another brother realize he isn't a bad dad for wanting to be a happy man. Let's get the engagement up. Let's show the world that the brotherhood is waking up to the truth. Hit that subscribe button if you're choosing to lead by example and reclaim your masculine spirit. We are 3,000 strong, and we are building a new legacy for our children. I'll see you in the next one. Stay focused, stay strong, and remember, a king's first duty is to the truth of his own heart.